It's week 5 football season and 1495 sports is now on the scene. Kim Dillinger, get excited, guys. I'm excited. The New York Jets defeated the Denver Broncos 31-21, a 10-point margin. This is the second game of the 2023 season that the New York Jets have secured a win. Check out some of the post-game highlights from the press conference from the New York Jets, and make sure to follow and stay tuned to 1495 Sports for more coverage from the New York Jets.
Was a win like that, just for the psyche of the team, ending that losing streak and getting a win on the road against a tough opponent like that?
Yeah, getting a win after one loss or a couple losses in a row is always a sigh of relief for sure, especially how we played last week versus the Chiefs and everything. We really felt like we left that game feeling like we should have won the game, but I'm just proud of this team for coming and putting this work in this week, going out there and getting a nice road win. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we wish we could have done better, but at the end of the day, a win's a win, and we got to hang our hat on that.
Allan, obviously you weren't here last year when Brees was injured, but to see and to know kind of what he's gone through from last year to now and the type of performance he did yesterday, is as a teammate and as an athlete, is it just kind of amazing to you that he's been able to do that?
Yeah, to see how well he's bounced back from a very detrimental injury. The ACL is not an easy thing to come back from, just because of how long the process is, and there could be hiccups at many different points throughout that process. So for him to come back the way that he has this year, for him to handle his rehab appropriately, he obviously popped off that first run in the Bills game and stuff, and he's had other big plays since then as well. But just to see him kind of just grow and grow as the season has been going, it's very great. It's very nice, especially it makes me feel more inclined to go in there and dig out safeties and to block corners and linebackers and stuff when I know I got a guy like him back there that can pop off a 72-yard run at any moment. So I had told him too it was kind of fitting, for him to get injured there last year and to finally be able to finish a run and get his first touchdown of the season was pretty big. So like I said, I'm very proud of Brees. I've been able to know him and watch his journey and his path for a few years now, and it's very, very admirable.
When he's able to run that way, just it seems obvious from what you guys did, but what effect does he have on the offense as a whole, being able to know you've got this guy back there who could break off a 72-yard run at any point?
Yeah, it's great for us receivers as well. Not only does it make the blocks kind of worth it, but it's going to open up the pass game, especially. They're going to have to start putting 8, 9 guys in the box to try to overload it to be able to prevent him from popping off a run, because a lot of the runs he was making too he was cutting on the backside. So he's making stuff out of plays that are not designed to go that way, and that's what's going to make it hard for defensive coordinators to be able to scheme us. Is that you can account for each gap, but then if he's able to still make plays out of it, it's going to be tough for them to stop. So it helps on the back end when we do play pass. Obviously, we can spread the ball out and throw it downfield. That's why Zach was able to find Garrett on that 30, 40-yard pass that they had connected on late in the fourth quarter.
Allan, you guys had 5 trips to the red zone, so obviously that means you're moving the ball well, but they didn't end with touchdowns. Do you feel like you're going close in terms of getting those and turning those field goals into touchdowns and getting this offense kind of getting a little more scoring going here? Because obviously getting there means you're doing your job and then not finishing the job.
Yeah, we're doing a great job, I think, of being able to move the ball consistently down the field and get into that scoring position. We just kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. I had that false start at the beginning of the game that kind of put us in that 3rd and 12. And it's just, it's tough to score when you're that far from the end zone. We want to be inside the 10, preferably the 5 or so, to be able to execute and just have a wider variety of play calls, especially for 3rd down when we get into the red zone and stuff like that. But I think it's just little details of just being able to finish out the drive and just going out there and making a play.
Al, what did you think of Zach yesterday? You know, obviously 2 weeks ago there was a lot of criticism and doubts, and then he had the game against Kansas City. And, you know, as a follow-up to that performance against Kansas City, what did you think of Zach and how he handled, you know, being on the road in that atmosphere and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I thought Zach did a great job just conducting himself the whole game, staying poised. You know, obviously there's a lot of ups and downs throughout the game and stuff, but I thought he did a great job. You know, he put us in a great position to be successful. A lot of his throws were catchable, and just like you said, coming on the road, that tough environment is very loud. His communication, we ended up doing a lot of motions and flies, obviously to kind of help our run game, and just the timing of those, of just getting the snap at the right time, just so it's elusive to the defense, you know, to help Brees or Dalvin get an extra 2 or 3 yards to the end of the play. Was huge. So I thought he did a great job, and for him to be able to kind of bounce back these past 2 weeks and just show him his true self and his ability at quarterback, because he's super talented, was great to see. Now, you know, I think I give a lot of credit to Hackett as well. The play calls and the design of the plays of just putting Zach in the best position to be successful.